Live from the capital, Gaborone, this is BTV News at 9 o'clock. I am Khomotso Mapani. Let's take a look at the headlines. The Vice President, Mr. BOTSWANA, left for Ethiopia today to attend the 37th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of the African Union. Inter-trade within African countries crucial in boosting the economy of the continent. And in sports, BOTSWANA Premier League secures a new sponsor. The Vice President, Mr. BOTSWANA, left for Ethiopia this afternoon to attend the 37th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of the African Union on behalf of President Dr. Masisi. The summit will bring together heads of state and government as well as leaders of international institutions to reflect on progress made towards the African Continental Free Trade Area, climate change, continental peace and security, education and trade, amongst others. The summit was preceded by the session of foreign affairs ministers during the past 2 days. The Vice President and his entourage are expected back home on the 19th of this month. BOTSWANA has been voted into the African Union Peace and Security Council. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Nkwape, says being the peaceful nation that it is, BOTSWANA will use her experience to advance peace in the region to ensure good governance prevails. BOTSWANA will take up her seat in the council for a period of 2 years, effective April 2024. The minister also said BOTSWANA is using AU Summit as a platform to forge bilateral relations with other countries attending the event and international organizations.
Related by me, BOTSWANA when is still more AU Peace and Security Council. Some of the paid. Me solo hello kegore. It la really more le khotlaneng leo la AU. Code ya rona ka ne ke bua utlwale. Code e buang ka gore di kgang ha di le teng di a buisang. Go lebile gore re batla go aga kagiso mo continenteng ya Africa. Ke tsone tse di tona ra tse di bua. Ha gona go pe go BOTSWANA dirisang tšhaka teng ha go tsena mo dilong tsa itshireletso re dumela gore dikgang di tshwanetse gore di buiwe go utlwanwe e be di rarabololwa ke yone re kgang tota ra e leng gore re kopela go tsena mo Peace and Security Council diphetogo tse di ntseng jaana batho ba eletsa gore re kopa le rona re eletsa go kopana le ba bangwe maabane ke kgonne go kopana le modiredi wa lekgotla le go teng UNECA e kana UNECA yaanong e le gore o na le kgatlhego ya gore ba batla go tshwarela phuthego mo go BOTSWANA mme ne ra moatla gore a re tswelle mo dithulaganyong kana tautona o rile re ire BOTSWANA boetelo mme kana re etelwa ka gore re dira dilo sentle re kagiso re itse go amogela batho mo lehatsheng la rona mme ke tiro e leng gore ke neetse bodiredi gore bo taboge ka yone gore ke tle re bone gore a ga re oketse dipalo tsa diphuthego tse di tshwarelwang go BOTSWANA ka no mpotsa ka Latvia ba Latvia re na le tshwaragano le bone ke lehatsi le le hatlogang le ne le tswa mo lehatsi le ne go te USSR mme ba lekile go gola ebile ba se ba le maloko a European Union ya no ba tla go nna le tshwaragano e bothitho le BOTSWANA ya no go la dio dingwe tse e leng gore tshwanetse re di beye monwana mmogo.
The Minister of Trade and Industry, Mr. Musi Khafela, says the African Continental Free Trade Area will help ensure businesses in the region, including those in BOTSWANA, trade competitively through inexpensive means in the market. The minister was speaking in a side interview ahead of the 37th AU Heads of State and Government Summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Said some countries had as early as January 2021 started trading under the AFCFTA deal. Bethany Mando has more.
The aspirations of African leaders to integrate trade in the region dates back as far as 2012 through African Continental Free Trade Area, when it was first initiated to allow African countries to enjoy bigger markets without trade restrictions. In 2019, The agreement establishing the ACFTA was signed in Rwanda to pave way for trading, which commenced in 2021. Fast forward to today, many countries are starting to reap the benefits of this flagship project.
Ile mo bekeng tse pedi tse di hitileng ra go nna ba supi ge Africa Borwa simolla go romela dithoto ele bontlhabong ba bosupi ba gore SACU e gollesegile gore e gweba ka tlase ga AFCFTA e romela dithoto go tsweng go maemong a dikepa a Durban ya isa go Kenya le go ke lebala go le hatsile lengwe ne le yaanong se se ne se supa gone gore le rona re le Botswana re golelesegile gore ka simolla ra gweba ka tlase ga AFCFTA.
Minister Kafela is beaming with confidence that Botswana businesses have rolled their sleeves to maximize on this opportunity.
Now I'm optimistic about trading under AFCFTA. As I say, a lot more Botswana by encourage you. I'm aware of they have been already trading up the landscape of Africa. We listen to Botswana to trade under it, and on some email are still subjected to these tariffs. Still, competitive, but I'm sure now they are really relieved. There will be new entrants. They want to under AFCFTA. It's either we export or we sink. If you don't export, we sink.
However, there are still some teething problems that might slow down the momentum.
For instance, I see rules of origin. Textiles and clothing. If those rules are relaxed, we industrialize Africa. We will continue receiving products mainly from India, mainly from China, how we get the apparel and textiles. More Africa, much of it.
In the streets of Addis Ababa, which is the home of the African Union headquarters, there is a hive of commerce taking place. And Ethiopia, with a market of 150 million people, entrepreneurs from this country are also pinning their hopes on the African Continental Free Trade Area to open borders for the 1.3 billion continental market with relaxed trade protocols on the movement of people and goods, as currently there are border restrictions like visa requirements on the ports of entry in some countries, which hinders trade and regional integration. Betani Mando, BTV News, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
The Independent Electoral Commission, IEC, recently embarked on a benchmarking exercise to Zimbabwe. The main focus of the exercise was to tap from Zimbabwe Electoral Commission's expertise over the efficiency of their current accreditation system through the use of technology to produce accreditation cards for election observers. IEC Chief Public Relations Officer Mr. Usupile Maroba, as well as Policy Development and Voter Education Manager Mr. Malefo Hopolang, were in studio earlier today to give an update on lesson learned from the exercise.
Nane re lebile thulaganyo hela ya go hehosa go kwadisa balebeledi ba dithopo ba ile gore ba ka tswa ba tsoko mahatsha sele le ba ile gore ba tswa mo lehatsheng la Botswana ka gore go tswa ko morago ya ka ne ke bua hela gore ne re na le gore go za gore lo arendia gompe kwa gare se re kgone go phatlalatsa batho le dikgaolo tsotlhe yaano accreditation ya lona ke yone e le gore e re direla tiro bokete bo go lebega o ka rano ka re hitha sengwe ka gore re se ka ra observiwa yani ke sense e le gore thulaganyo e ntse a lone re batla gore ga re ka kgona ra e hehosa le ba ile gore ta nna ba lebeledi le ba bega dikgaba le moteng ba ta bona pharologanya ka tabo dipangeng tsa dithopo tsa 2018
Motswana o ta tlhaloganya gore ga o bua ka tsamaiso ya dithopo o bua ka dilo tse di harologaneng ditsamaiso tse di harologaneng tse e leng gore le gona ga wa go tsena ko dithopong wa bo setse o simolotse go gongwe go na le gone go kwadisa ba ile gore ke bonthopheng go na le gone go kwadisa ba ile gore ba go thopa o bo na le tsone tse ka go harologana hela go tsena gone ko yana gongwe Motswana a se ka nna le kakanyo ya gore go ra gore go loeto le e ne le go tsaya hela gone ko tshimologong go hela ko pheleletsong e ne le yone kgang hela ya gore magareng ga tsone dio tsetso tetse e leng gore di a dirwa go ithela ra o tsena go dithopong go na le dilo tse di harologaneng tse di diragalang mme go na le dingwe tse e leng gore o ka bona gore nya metse ke sengwe se e leng gore gongwe ga nka se lebelela ko ke leng teng le nna se ka mperekela ka ga yo a se dirang ka teng.
Tutume District Council is lagging behind in the implementation of Ipelegen Skills Development Component, which seeks to empower Ipelegen beneficiaries through training on artisan skills and productivity. This was said by the Assistant Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Ms. Tadita Monnakgotla, recently when addressing Tutume District Development Committee. Ms. Monnakgotla said the program has the potential to improve people's lives and contribute to the country's development. Faith Ditete.
Tutume District Development Committee has been challenged to speed up their implementation of the re-engineered Ipelegen program. Other districts are said to be ahead with their projects.
Local government. The kgaolo tse dingwe di gatetse pele cause ba setse ba tsamaya go diprojekeng tsa boraro rona mo Tutume ga itse re simolole project mme ke batla gore re simolole mme bile ke batla gore bana ba etse e re ha ba etsa jana be ba ta tsone diprojekte tsoditse go di kgaolong tse dingwe bana bale da far away ke bone ba ba maintainang dikago tsa puso ka nako.
Ms. Monnakgotla called on the council to work closely with the Construction Industry Trust Fund, CITF, in order for the program to achieve its intended purpose.
Me chaka o tla go Tutume ona le di hardware di le mo ka wana jana tsotlhe di tle go benefita ka tumalano ya Ipelegen ka re dirileng ka teng le re mo kotedi le CITF ka ke sibulutseng nna re dira ka teng re dumelana ka teng ka gore ke batla Motswana mongwe le mongwe a kola Ipelegen.
Even though the stakeholders were not well informed about the program, they however welcomed the program.
Re a itse gore lenaneo le ha re le ka implementiwa nna re ke na le tumela gore le ka re direla dilo motho especially kganya maintenance re lela thata ka makgasa a di office re lela thata ka makgasa a dikago tsa rona wa rona mangwe a hutilwe ke diphego jalo
re ira jana ka gore bana ba ha ba loga jana ga se gore ke bone hela already we have the market e setse ena le bangwe ba ba setseng ba le ho ba ithulagantse sente re na le ba ba logang go di brigade re ira jang gore re se ka ra iphithela le gore re tsenya khothang mo go bona ba ba dirang ka diataba.
Ms. Monnakgotla said the program has the potential to improve people's livelihoods and contribute to the development of this country. She appealed to the council leadership to facilitate more education about the program. Faithy Ditete, BTV News, Tutume.
The head of financial services at Botswana Telecommunications Corporation, BTC, Mr. Kabomu Sielele, has expressed concern about some Botswana who are still losing their hard-earned money to cyber criminals. Despite efforts to raise awareness about cybercrime, he noted that many Botswana are still reluctant to learn and protect their savings. Mr. Musielele was speaking in Letlhakane recently as they embarked on a financial inclusion initiative and literacy campaign. Jessica Bilani.
Cyber criminal activities on digital platforms are escalating and causing concern. Victims are often deceived into believing they have won prize money and are then asked to provide their PIN for the money to be deposited into their accounts. In response, BTC has deemed it necessary to continue spreading awareness among residents to prevent such incidents.
BOTSWANA ba santse ba sa retse molaetsa o motlogela jalo gore ga re kitla re kopa dinomoro tsa sephiri mo go ope o ile gore ke modirisi wa rona ke rata go ka gompieno gore ga yo ope yo ka hansepe sa mahala jaanong ra le ruta re mo di-radiong re mo BTV re gongwe le gongwe jaanong ra le kopa gore a re ska ra dira jalo.
Efforts made by BTC in this regard are highly appreciated in the village.
Dithuto tse di akaretsa botshelo ka letlotlo ka gore ke dithuto tse di amanang le madi. Mongwe le mongwe o tlhoka na le madi. Mongwe le mongwe o tshwanetse go nna le kitso ka ga madi.
Ke boitumelo jo bontsi kana jo bogolo mo go nna gore ke be ke bona kompone e tshwana le ya BTC e tsamaya mo dikgatong le mo motlhaleng wa boeteledipele jwa lehatshe leno ke sone se se rotloediwang ke mototegi Tautona mo lenaneong la gagwe la botlhano la tlhomontšha phetolo maikutlo le dikakanyo le mogopolo le mekgwa.
However, the public is asked to report such cases to the police and to remain vigilant at all times to avoid falling victim to scams and losing their hard-earned money. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Letlhakeng.
The Ministry of Health says despite confirmation by South African authorities that there's a batch of contaminated peanut butter in their shelves, the said peanut butter is not on Botswana's distribution list. However, the public is being alerted with the understanding that people move from place to place, therefore could possibly consume the products which are said to contain high amounts of aflatoxins which are highly toxic.
Aflatoxin is a toxic compound or fungus produced from mold whose levels spike when peanut butter is subjected to certain conditions in a contaminated storage area, ultimately becoming too risky for human consumption. According to the Food Control Act of 2011, which regulates the maximum levels of aflatoxins in food, the compound should not exceed 10 micrograms per kg in any food product. However, the levels found in the peanut butter in South Africa are said to have exceeded those levels, justifying the recall.
People are mobile, they may have gotten some of these products in their travels from South Africa and things like that. So it's important to let the public be aware that this is what is going on in South Africa, and therefore the precautionary message that please do not consume these products.
The following brands of peanut butter are listed among the contaminated products.
These brands are the Pick and Pay, No Name, Smooth Peanut Butter, 1 kg, Eden All Natural Smooth Peanut Butter, Eden All Natural Crunch Peanut Butter, Diskem's Lifestyle Smooth and Crunchy Peanut Butter, 400 grams, and Wazugo's Superfoods, all sizes from 32 grams to 20 kilograms. It's not all peanut butter which are affected. That I must make it clear. It's only these ones which were implicated. But because we are human beings and because we eat, it's also important for us to make sure that our food is safe. Manufacturers of various food products, those who distribute, those in logistics, those who farm and produce these products must make sure that their products are safe before they take it to the public.
Some symptoms which follow after consuming high amounts of contaminated products include nausea, abdominal pains, and cancer of the liver. Keletlelezwe, Somolekai, BTV News, Gaborone.
Serowe police are investigating a case in which a 30-year-old man allegedly assaulted and killed his lover in Mashoro. Superintendent Puluko Oteng of Serowe Police says the suspect is currently in police custody pending investigations. Love more, Mario.
Residents of Mashoro village in the Central District were left reeling in shock following a tragic incident whereby a 30-year-old man allegedly assaulted and killed his lover. Superintendent Puluko Oteng of Serowe Police confirmed the incident, saying it occurred while the couple were on their way from a recreational facility.
sengwe se se bogale o ka gapa botshelo jwa ene mme ba re ile a isiwa go sepatleleng ga ruruhadiwa ha sa tlhola le mo botshelong mme re yone ra gona go mo tshwara ke re ile gore o re thusa mo ditlemisong jaana a tshegeditswe ka ha molaong ka naiswa hape le ga lekgotla o ta wa go itshupa gape ka di 26 tsa yone kgwedi yone.
Superintendent Puluko Oteng said they have recorded 3 similar cases this year, which raises eyebrows and also tarnishes his policing area's image.
Mo Serowe re na le tsone dikgang tsa polao tse e leng gore rana re di kwadisa mo kgaolong mme mo bošeng re nnile le kgang ya polao ko Mashoro.
Serowe Police have encouraged the residents to work together and spread the message about fighting gender-based violence incidents within their area. Love more, Mario, BTV News, Serowe.
In Molapolole, Kharisichene Senior Secondary School head, Ms. Baitzi Kibubongi, has confirmed that they have come up with an initiative to ensure transparency, whereby students account for their academic results before their parents and the school leadership, with the intention to enhance the school performance. She stated that during a meeting with teachers, students and their parents, where she emphasized that the initiative is intended to enhance excellence by ensuring collaboration of all stakeholders. Lizzie Klaas with the details.
Kharisichene Senior Secondary School is one of the schools which had never performed well in Botswana General Certificate of Secondary Education result for a long time. However, this compelled the school management to come up with a strategy to enhance the school performance. As such, the school head Ms. Kibubonyi explained that this initiative of accounting for results by the students can help in closing the gaps which affect the students not to perform well in their studies.
Mera go ithela ile gore bana ba feila ka gore ga ba bale ga ba la tedisi content e ba inetsweng ke matshara. That is to say, they are not doing their part ya go bala. Ene go lomo re go biletsa motsadi gore a ska a nna a letetse batsadi ba rona ba baakanya bana be ba batisa sekolo a ba sa itse gore go diragalang ka ngwana ko sekolo
mo tirong yone ya go nna jalo ya go kopana le batsadi ngwana mongwe le mongwe a rabela maduo a gagwe a bohelo jwa ngwaga ha dira form 4 gore a tla kgone go tswelela pele mo go form 5 ana le maitlamo a ra pataganetseng re le sekwele le motsadi yaanong ba bua gore ke eng ha ba pasitse thata ke eng ha ba feitse ba share gore nna ke dira se le se gore ko bohelong jwa letsatsi re be re emelela re le batho ba le bangwe hela.
Tota is a very good initiative. Ke yone real stakeholder involvement due to the fact that we track performance ya bana go tswa ko primary hala ko moding.
Students alluded that the initiative to account for the result in the presence of the parents and teachers can be beneficial to them as it could help them to overcome the challenges that hindered them from excelling academically.
Program ya ganteng tota ne a se ke bua nnete ala yone inspiring gape o ka ira gore o lebe on your mistakes gore o ka correcta mo tsele gone ke se ke itimo go gore le nna ya le nna ke bona ke go nthusa sentle ka gore ke bona gore ke ka correcta kai ke ka irang gore ke le go boketsa maduana.
We are going to make sure to do our best to get our set targets, and what we need from parents is their support always, and to make sure that they can help us going forward.
No go sa nna yana bana ba rona ba blessed to have a headmaster like her, and re tlo go tshwaragana tota relationship re tla sekolong re khothatsa bana ba rona le ba se ba gago ngwana mongwe le mongwe motsadi wa setse le motsadi ngwana mongwe le mongwe ke wa gago re dumela alo re tla tshwaragana alo re ba khalemela re ba rotloetsa.
The school had encouraged other schools to adopt the initiative as it could turn out to help the schools in achieving better results. Lizzie Class, BTV News, Molepolole.
Itireleng Junior Secondary School in Lobatse is celebrating its junior certificate results after years of trying to improve their performance. The results stem from a strong partnership between teachers and parents. The school scored 75.2% pass rate in the recent results. Lawrence Ogomo spoke to the school headmaster, Ms. Balopi Bahwasi, to give insight into how they managed to achieve the success.
Itireleng Junior School was established in 1970 with an intake of students from Lobatse Good Hope villages. Since inception, the academic results have been inconsistent, falling below the average mark. This year, however, they surpassed some of the schools in the southern part of the country. This achievement is attributed to the dedication of both teachers and parents.
We intensified supervision and monitoring. And we had many strategies that we employed. One of them, early tracking of performance of teachers, students, and then we track individual students, like I said. And then we also had some strategies like boot camp. We had local parenting.
We threw in the level for Bagaza Bana or the Papa who never do a man here. We are able to really go to drilling. Rebaraka Ote as a team. Ote Radarek. I see we have an alibi or we do hands ago, Sintama Valley. Some saying so is able to pass an office to resend the book from Maduamanta. We our stakeholders.
Improved attendance, higher grades, and a more positive attitude towards learning are just some of the benefits observed.
Bana ba re tlhoka gape go batla o itse maikutlo a ngwana gore maikutlo yang ha tsena sekolo ya ka gore mo gona gore go betsa ngwana kana o tsa gore ga ithutela o se itse mathata ke ga re o itse gore ngwana a o tshela sentle a o ithutwa sentle o go gore mathata a go ke eng le ha go twa go biwa di meeting tla di meeting le tse go utlwa di a thusa gore go go itse gore bana ba palwa go le kae re rotloetse re thusa matitšhara ba se ka ra ba hela mo matitšhareng.
One of the things that I did to like get the grade that I got is that when I got home, I made sure I revised. I met students from other schools and we exchanged information.
Parents were encouraged to work hand in hand with teachers and mostly advised to know their children better. This approach helps identify their weaknesses, making it easier to work on improving them. Lone Sekobo, BTV News, Lobatse.
Botswana Council of Churches, in collaboration with various stakeholders, conducted prayers for the social ills that the nation is experiencing. The prayers were held at the Anglican Cathedral Church in Gaborone. Refilwe Mutube and Tumisang Vinte.
The National Prayer Service that comprised of different churches from all over the country was meant to pray for social ills affecting the day-to-day lives of people, such as peace, health, as well as prosperity. Moreover, the congregation also put forth prayers for the upcoming elections to be held in October.
And we have also been there in the national issues, as we are always watching political life of our politicians, economical challenges, and national unity. That's where we are as churches. For the national reasons, we are resolved to gather in prayer.
The National Prayer Service that is held annually seeks to encourage the youth to be daring and prayerful so as to shy away from criminal activities that puts their lives to a standstill.
Ke batla ke to go itela mo go lona betso nna la modimo ke te ke bare ke re ga ke ise ke bone mo le go la modimo go te e ya go batho le morana ena ra le kwa pala mathaba a ya go rapela ke a kopa ke a rapela go kotsang dikgothang tsa dikereke.
When representing the Ministry of Labour and Home Affairs, the Registrar of Societies, Ms. Ofenza Rojama, has encouraged Botswana to practice attending meetings of this caliber as it supports the spirit of patriotism. Refilwe Mutube, BTV News, Gaborone.
Liza Oseking is standing by to give us the latest in sports. Liza?
We do this again, Maiso.
Yes, ma'am.
Should I?
Please proceed.
Okay.
It's your time. I did say Liza is standing by to give us the latest.
Okay, thank you so much, Khomoso. Good evening. My name is Liza Oseking with your world of sport. And in our first story this evening, Botswana Football Association yesterday unveiled a 3-year sponsorship deal worth 54 million pula from First National Bank Botswana. As part of the deal, the women's national team, the Mess, will receive million pula annually for the 3 years, while Botswana Premier League will be sponsored to the tune of 9.5 million pula annually. This was revealed during the official launch held at Lekidi Football Center. Katlego Khakole has the details.
When officially unveiling the sponsorship, FNB CEO Stephen Bogatsu highlighted that, as a commercial bank, they have always been involved in sports and therefore felt the need to help the Mess, especially after their back-to-back WAFCON qualification. Bogatsu said they wanted to appreciate the Mess for their resilience and hard work and ensure that they are in good spirit ahead of the continental showpiece to be held in Morocco later this year.
These funds will go towards necessities for the team, such as team meals, accommodation, transport, allowance, and medical care. The funds will also ensure that the team gets the ideal experience during the training camps, especially as they prepare for the much anticipated Council of Southern African Football Association, COSAFA, as well as the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, WAFCON.
Bogatsu further said, following the recent squabbles at the Botswana Premier League, which were mainly fueled by a lack of sponsorship, they saw it fit to come on board and be part of the league in the 2024-2025 season as title sponsors. He also highlighted that they find it fit to partner with the Elite League since they are fully aware of the large number of youth employed by football in the country.
We believe that this sponsorship will also go a long way in improving local football through the BPL. The sponsorship yields significant social and economic benefits for the community as well as the teams involved. Please allow me to mention a few. We expect that we will be creating employment for the 16 teams, 480 players in the Botswana Premier League, support income-generating activities for the informal sector, as well as the vendors during matches nationwide, promotion of women football internationally, creating opportunities for players to be scouted by international teams in order to achieve some level of financial independence.
The BFA president, Maclean Litswiti, said he is happy that FNB have stepped in to help Botswana football grow, urging other private companies to also invest in football.
I'm happy to tell you that our efforts are beginning to bear fruits. Today, most of our football clubs have a bank account in their name, no longer carrying money in their boots and paying players from their boots. Many clubs have today hired full-time administrators and managers. Today, many football clubs have full-time coaches who they pay on a monthly basis, I guess. Many clubs are today able to call meetings and, more crucially, produce and keep records of those meetings.
The FNBB sponsorship came at the right time as the Mayors are busy preparing for the 2024 WAFCON finals. On the other hand, this sponsorship will play a huge role in taking Botswana Premier League back to its glory days. Katlaho Kakule, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Meanwhile, Minister of Youth, Gender, Sport and Culture, Mr. Tumiso Rakgare, has applauded FNB Botswana for sponsoring the women's national football team as well as Botswana Premier League. Minister Rakgare said this will help in facilitating and building strong national teams that will represent the country well in various international competitions. Katleho Kakule continues.
Rakgare said the sponsorship package from FNB to the Botswana Football Association will go a long way in developing good players, especially for the Zebras, who last participated at AFCON in 2012. The minister further stressed that this needs to be addressed as the nation expects to see their team participating in all major competitions.
Also strengthen the Zebras, and as such, we will be optimistic of qualification to the AFCON within the next few years. You know, I hear people criticizing our players and our team, the Zebras. Some have given up, but you know what? Some of us will never give up on our team, never. This is the national pride, and we've got to support the Zebras all the way.
The minister also applauded the BFA for securing the sponsorship and advised the leadership to put the funds to good use so that the relationship with FNB goes a long way.
To the BFA and the BFL, I wish to applaud you for securing the sponsorship. And having said so, I wish to implore you to manage the sponsorship and the relationship well. We want to see this partnership growing or going beyond the initial 3 years and also growing in terms of value, both ways.
Today, we recognize a significant milestone taken by FNB Botswana that they would like to partner with Botswana Sport to develop it and take it to the next level. For that matter, we say the government initiative and support, you've just said it yourself, perhaps in the new financial year, you will also be making a big step towards funding sport. For that, we appreciate the effort that you've taken, Honorable Minister.
Now that the ladies' national team and the men's football league have been funded for the next 3 years, the hope is that the funds will bring about good developments that will take local football back to its glory days. Katlaho Kakule, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
News just in. The game between Gaborone United and Nico United has just been called off due to a faulty floodlight at the National Stadium. The game was stopped for a few minutes before recess, with Moyakolele leading by a goal to nil. And we have the highlights for you.
Sabeto ting. Wala gape mo thaselong. A iphatsa ka diphuka. Motho ithasetse. Bona danja. Mo sidirile. Sidiragetse. Aba je samonate ba ga borena thata ba thamala go bone ara ana la ntila mfilana ana la mfilana mala di tlhalefa. The danger man is dangerous. Ai kitse se thabi mo Botswana Premier League mala di tlhalefang ai phatile ka diphuka stopa sa Nico United ha gone go tsa thoka le tota go le motho gore monna tshweletse kgwele a ba ke sireletso aba busetsa kgole ko morago mogopota o tshotswe rra aba re ha o ntse yana mana from heaven
motho ka re alwa re defense splitting pass e le gore e tswa mo motshameking wa Nico ai neelalo Mothusi Johnson a re tanki ke one present ya Valentine ke o up the reds
the month of love barana la mfilana danger tlhalefana okay tsa palo a di nora e thato sa go godimo molao di tlhalefang tshameka jo stapa sa Black Forest ko mang
khona le mollo tukang ke ra bona mo ditshwantsong tsa rona
mollo wa pepereta mo megaleng ya motaka se ra mo le boneng
ke tsega rra go
wa kekela
we are going to take a very long break mo matshamekong.
And finally, a mouth-watering encounter is anticipated tomorrow at the National Stadium when Township Rollers and Masitaoka lock horns in a Week 18 Botswana Premier League encounter. Thomas Monnamoro has the report.
Popa, who are just a point adrift from current log leaders Jwaneng Galaxy, have amassed 34 points from 10 wins and 4 draws. Maprastina have a great run this season, having lost a single game in the league against the defending champions Galaxy. The Blues will be banking on their top scorers Mahakuludin Gele and Sahwalame Boy, who are both on 7 goals, to bring them goals.
The history says Masitaoka has been a better or a troubling team to Rollers. So the first game we won. So we are hopeful and prayerful and hardworking so that we maintain the result at our last game. And mind you, they would like to put it up against their former teams. Rights the relationship between Masitaoka team. Masitaoka, it's an Eribata Rollers. So let them come. We are going to treat them as valuable opponents like any other team. Not to work Masitaoka. Ibila Ribatenika Garaji No. We need to treat them with respect and fight for 3 points. At the end of the day, they are worthy opponents. But
Masitaoka, on the other hand, are having a tough season as they have already lost 5 matches, drew 6 and only managed 4 wins to accumulate 18 points. Majaklaga will be looking for revenge after going down 2-0 to Innocent Morapedi's side, who won the first round 2-0.
Preparation started on Tuesday and all has gone well. The boys are prepared for Saturday's encounter against the Rollers. The only injuries that we have so far is Victor James, Montier Nelsa, and Lolo. Those are the only injuries that we have. Other than that, all the boys are ready for tomorrow. We worked on the mistakes that we considered. Gagemia, 11 Angels, and also the structure, how we want to play against Rollers.
In the last 5 league meetings between the two sides, Popa recorded 3 wins while Masitaoka won 2 games. In other games, Police 11 travels to Soa Town to meet Soa Flamingos. 11 Angels takes on Morupule Wanderers at Francistown Council Stadium. Orapa United will battle it out with Traffic at Itiken Stadium. On Sunday, log leaders Jwaneng Galaxy welcomes Holy Ghost at Galaxy Stadium. Thomas Monnamoro, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And that is it for sport this evening. Komoso Mapani is standing by to give us a reminder of our top stories. So we do this again tomorrow?
No. Tomorrow is a Saturday. Unfortunately, I'm not here. But I just wanted to touch base with you on the 54 million pula over a period of spread across a period of 3 years. FNB investing in football in the country at a league level and a national level. I think what we now expect at fans is improved administration, and of course now we are looking at what's going to happen at a grassroots level as well.
Of course, I think the sponsorship came at the right moment, because the mayor's currently they are on a training camp to go to the WAFCON. So we expect this boost should give them morale, but they go WAFCON.
Okay.
You know, fans should come to the stadiums now, because the teams are playing for, you see.
Okay. Thank you so much, Liza. That was Liza Oseken giving us the latest in sports. Let's take a final look at stories leading the way this evening. Vice President Mr. Slamba Tsoane in Ethiopia to attend the 37th ordinary session of the Assembly of the African Union. Intertrade within African countries crucial in boosting the economy of the continent. And in sports, BOTSWANA Premier League secures a new sponsor. That's all that we had for you in our news bulletin this evening. BTV News, hashtag Ikanyarona, hashtag BW Mindset Change, interpreting in sign language was Topo Taposa.